This is something that I struggle with, something that I am very ashamed of, and something that I wish I didn't have to deal. Last night, I let my guard off and failed God again. It was heartbreaking and I feel too bad for him. But instead of the usual response, I didn't run away this time. I begged, I cried, I desperately crawled back to him. I prayed and wept for it to end. The next morning, when I did my devotional, God led me to John chapter 6, specifically in verse 64 where it says, "For Jesus had known from the beginning which of them did not believe and who would betray him." I immediately remembered Judas. Judas sold out Jesus for a handful of silver coins, yet he washed his feet too. There was a time when I had a hard time comprehending this kind of love. How can he feed him too? How can he pray for him too when he's going to turn his back against him? Then I realized that I am Judas. Yesterday, God has been so good to me. He made a way for me. He made a way for something so impossible to become possible. Yet after everything that he has done, gipili gihapon ako ang magpakasala. Gipili na ako ang akong ununuting nga kaysa niya. It pierced through my heart, but I know Jesus felt worse. How can someone he poured his life into stab him in the back? I was so lost in that moment. I wanted to hide in the bush. I couldn't face him with my nakedness. Yet, even when he knew I was gonna betray him, he still looked for me. He still called for me. He allowed me to still eat with him. Kabalo siya that this is going to happen, pero gipili gihapon ko niya. Gipakamatian gihapon ko niya. Giluwas gihapon ko niya. Honestly, maskin karon, I still can't fathom this kind of love that Jesus has for me. A love so immense, so unconditional, so incredible, and I'm so grateful for it. Maong I decided that whatever happens, I will never run away from him anymore. Bahalag kapila ko madagma, umaumod, I will keep coming back to him. And I believe you can do that too. Whatever sin you're having a hard time battling with, let's give it to Jesus. He died for that part in us, the ugly and the sick part, for someone who sees everything in us and knows everything about us. You don't really have to feel embarrassed. He loves you so much and he's calling you home.